Hey guys. Okay, so I had something completely different planned for today, but I had to scrap it, hold it off for next week, because Chris Cornell died this morning, the lead singer of Soundgarden, and it was ruled a suicide. And as many of you know, my sister committed suicide 2 years ago. So when this stuff happens, especially with artists, as my sister was an artist as well, it triggers me big time, and makes me think all over again how much we need to address suicide more. So I wanted to say two things today. The first, to all of us, to all of you who are fortunate enough not to suffer from mental illness, or depression or anxiety, or have traumas in your past that lead to suicidal thoughts. We need to do better. For those that we know are suffering, we need to take them seriously. It is the deepest regret in my life that in some ways I did not take my sister's cries for help seriously. And part of that is because I didn't want it to be true. And I recognize it's a very human thing. We don't want those we love to be suffering, and it is easier for us to think that they're just going to be okay, and we don't have to take that extra step. We do need to take that extra step. We need to encourage them to get help, to stay in therapy. We need to tell them that help is always available. And we also need to understand that they are coming from a very, very different place than we are. And apparently Chris Cornell was not showing signs, which is a whole other thing, right? Apparently he seemed pretty happy and had a good family life and was successful. You know, the kind of picture of what all of us would think of as happy. And I think it's really dangerous for us to assume that the people around us who pretend to be okay actually are. It's impossible to know how people are really feeling unless they open up, of course, but we have to give them the space and the platform to do that. And so I just ask something as simple as have a real conversation with people. When you talk to them, be present. Don't just say, "How are you?" as a turn of phrase. Like, really ask and really receive the answer. It's so important. That moment of connection can be life-saving and you wouldn't even know it. And the second thing that I wanted to say goes out to those who do suffer from mental illness or depression, who've had trauma, any of these things that have led to suicidal thoughts on your part. I know that sometimes you probably feel as though your problems, your depression, your sadness, your pain is a burden to those around you and those who love you. And whatever cost it takes to go to therapy or to be in the hospital or to reach out might feel like a burden on your family and your loved ones. But let me tell you, we will gladly shoulder that burden for you if you please try to stay. From someone who lost the closest person in the world to suicide, I promise you that your loss will be felt, that you will be missed dearly every single day. I can't begin to imagine how it feels to suffer the way that you suffer. I will never be in your brain or your body or your heart. And ultimately, your life is your life to do what you will with it. But please know that you matter to a lot of people. And you are not a burden, no matter how bad things get. Please, If you're having feelings like this, reach out to someone, reach out to a family member, a friend, a therapist, a doctor. Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. They have trained professionals waiting for your call. I will include the link to that website and the number under this video. Please, do what you can. We want you here. We need you here. So, thank you, and please, everybody, take care of yourselves and take care of others.